Hello guys, today I want to go through several case studies we saw yesterday in the live trading room that I conducted on our Discord server. What you see here on the left side, ES, on the right side, NQ, the time zone is Eastern. The indicators I have on my chart is the trigger point that presents the current day's levels and the previous day's levels, and the confluence indicator that's responsible to generate buy and sell signals based on statistical methods. In general, I tend to ignore the confluence signals when they are not aligned with a trigger point. But in this case, I want to show you there's a beautiful buy signal here on ES by the time NQ reached its support, trigger point support level. So these are cases where signal generated on ES can be considered for trading because on a correlated asset, we can see that it's aligned with a support level, trigger point support level. So this is a good example that shows the powerful of trading correlation, looking at several opportunities in both instruments. Now what I'm going to do is present you several case studies we saw yesterday and explain them. So right now, this trigger point is a resistance level. Now the market open. Okay, we can see a beautiful bounce here of support level of ES, but it's the market open, so we're waiting. We're waiting a little to see what the market wants to do. And so far, by reading the price action, we can see that the buyers are pushing the market off this level. We can see several bottom here, double or triple bottom, even more than that. And this indicates that this is a support level and it's going to hold. Okay, so let me write it down. Bottom of trigger point, indicating a strong support. Okay, we see that the buyers are taking control here. Now, I'm going to delete this. Okay, so we can see another beautiful bounce here of the support level. Okay, now look at this, guys. We could see that ES generated an intraday resistance level, okay, by the time NQ generated an intraday resistance level. Now, I do not trade off intraday resistance levels, but they are good reference, especially when both correlated instruments generate them at the same time. Okay, so far we see that this resistance level is respected by the instruments, and at this point we expect the market to move between these levels. This trigger point was confirmed as a strong support level due to several bottoms here. What I usually do is waiting for this resistance level, intraday resistance level, to break, and I expect the same behavior from ES. Okay, so let me write down, this is an intraday aligned with NQ's intraday resistance level. So what I usually do in this case, I'm waiting for ES to break this resistance level, expecting NQ to do the same. Okay. Now we can see there's a strong reaction of the trigger point support level. Okay, now look at this, guys. ES respects its intraday resistance level almost to the tick, and NQ tried to break it. And look at the price action here. The sellers are pushing back, and this indicates, because ES respects its intraday resistance level, this indicates, it's more than likely that this is a false breakout that NQ is doing. So I'm going to write it down. False breakout of an intraday resistance indicating by ES, which is respecting its resistance. Okay, so why it's a false breakout for me? Because NQ is respecting its resistance level, so this is probably a false breakout. Now, because I see that the buyers are pushing here, the buyers are taking control of this trigger point resistance level, buyers are pushing off trigger point, I expect ES to break its intraday resistance level, and then NQ will break, not false breakout, but a true breakout. Here we go. Okay, so when ES broke, it's an opportunity for me to buy NQ as well. Okay. The reaction of two correlated assets relative to support and resistance level, even when they are intraday, can help you predict what a correlated asset will do. Okay, now there's an interesting thing here. Now the market reached trigger point resistance level. ES reached it, but NQ reached it a few seconds before. Okay, this is a big drawdown of NQ. Why? Because NQ reached its resistance level before ES reached its resistance level, and because these are areas of magnet, then ES wants to reach this level, so we expect a bigger drawdown on NQ until ES reaches its resistance level. Okay, but so far 5 points of ES when it bounced back. Okay, now when reading the price action here, what you could tell us, this is a resistance level here. At this point, it was validated, providing you with 5 points. Then it broke, became support, and the same price action on NQ was observed off the trigger point. Okay. Now, we expect the market to go to the upside to the trigger point. As I said before, I tend to ignore confluence signals when they are generated in the middle between the levels. Strong reaction of support. You reached its resistance level and bounced back to the tick. See here, this sell signal was generated on NQ, and 2 bars later, ES generated its sell signal. Okay, this indicates, because they are aligned, this indicates that it's true sell signal. When the market moves between the levels, I usually don't take any trades except for confluence signals generated at the same time on both. Okay, what you see here, guys, you see that ES reached its resistance level and it respected it. We can see that it struggles to break it. We could see a strong reaction of support level and reaction of resistance level, but you see that it tries to break and bounces, tries, bounces, tries, bounces. These are several opportunities to scalp, and now we can see that the sellers gave up and the buyers took control. This point, we expect strong momentum to the upside. Okay, in general, when the market struggles to break, when resistance trigger point, when the sellers give up, a strong momentum is expected to the upside. And the target will be probably this trigger point. Okay, now you could see resistance level, validated, 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 broke. We can see this candle, it broke, retested several times, triple bottom, indicating it's a support level. And this is the momentum, okay? This is the momentum that we expect because the sellers are giving up and the buyers are taking control. Now, look at this sell signal here, okay? It's very, 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 very near, maybe 1 point low distance between the signal and the ES resistance, and NQ is on a resistance level, and this indicates that it's a strong signal for me. Okay, another beautiful bounce here of resistance. At this point, when ES broke, retested, bounced, this indicates at this point that it's a resistance level. Okay? Providing you with beautiful opportunity to take a short trade here. Okay, look at this, guys. NQ reached its support level here, false signal. ES reached its support level, it respected it. Both respected the support level here. But now I want you to see the following. Okay, strong push to the downside for both. This indicates that these levels are turned into resistance level. And at this point, if you remember, I thought that this is a false signal. I believe the resistance more than this buy signal. However, when looking at NQ, there's a possibility that this buy signal is not a false signal. So these resistance level are going to break, okay? Both NQ and ES generated buy signals at the same time, indicating that both are likely. Okay, now guys, there's a very, very important case where you can take advantage of by avoiding bad entries, okay? This resistance level broke and turned into support. By the time, this is still a resistance level for NQ, okay? At this point, we identify ES respects its support level. By the time NQ reaches its resistance level. Okay, now let's look at the price action. Okay, at this point, although it's a resistance level validated before to be support, broke, this is case that I call disagreement. Disagreement. NQ reaches its resistance. However, ES respects its support. I usually don't trade when both disagree. Okay? When ES is the leader, okay? If ES decides that this is a support level, you can expect that NQ will break this resistance level, NQ will give up. Okay? But when there's a disagreement, you can see it in a few seconds. Okay? Look, NQ is trying to push down. It's trying to respect this resistance level, but ES respects its support level. This is a disagreement, guys. Disagreement between an ES. ES is usually the leader, so NQ will give up in a few minutes, probably. But anyways, we don't take any trades on this agreement. When NQ is trying to respect its resistance level and we see a strong reaction of ES off its support level, what we expect the market to do in this case is exactly what we don't like to see, this behavior. NQ is about to cross the level to the up and to the down, to the up, and these are cases where most accounts are blown. NQ is about cross its resistance level many times as a result of the disagreement with NQ. Okay, so remember, disagreement, when there's a disagreement, we do not take any trades. ES is the leader, so probably NQ will follow ES, okay? On disagreement, we expect NQ to cross the level too many times. Be careful. Okay, this is a disagreement. This is exactly where when accounts are blown. And we can avoid it. We can avoid it. We can read the price section on ES. We can see that it respects its trigger point support level by the time NQ is trying to push down. But because it is the follower and ES is the leader, this is the result of this disagreement. Okay, so we stay out. We stay out until they are aligned. Okay. Okay. Again, disagreement. ES respects its support, and Q is breaking its resistance. It's a disagreement. We do not short NQ in this case. What we want to avoid. Q is the follower. Although it's more volatile, ES is the leader. ES is the leading indicator for NQ. Now there's going to be a very interesting scenario here because both are reaching the trigger point. Let's see what happens. ES broke. Okay, this is a losing trade for traders who consider the first stat rule. But look at this, guys. To the tick. Sell signal was generated. Here, NQ reached its resistance level, bounced to the tick, and look what a beautiful, beautiful short opportunities for both. Okay, you can see you can see how strong the confluence signals are when they are generated off our trigger points or when they are aligned with a correlated asset. Okay, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What beautiful opportunities are there when signals or trigger points are aligned for both correlated instruments. So beautiful.